G'day, I'm Warwick Schiller, and recently I posted a video on social media of me having my horse Bundy come up beside me on the mounting block. So I was walking towards this bucket out here, and he was kind of over there, and I hopped up on the bucket and said taxi, and he turned around, came over and sidled up to me. And so and a lot of people go, oh, that's amazing, but it's just really simple stuff. So this is Chance. You guys would have seen Chance is now 3, but he was a foal. We foaled him out here. He's out of our mare Bella. You would have seen some earlier on videos with him. Anyway, he's 3, so I'm going to start working on saddling him soon sometime. And so one of the processes I do teaching them to be good with being saddled is having you be above them. And so I do that on this mounting block here. And I probably can't show you the process because this horse is so smart he figured it out. But the process, so I'm just going to pick this up here. And today's about my 4th day doing this. So if he doesn't come over towards me when I pick this up, now he's a little bit confused right now because I just taught him the other side. Here he comes. There we go. Very good. So, and what I did with him was, and all horses, I pick it up first, then I will put it over the other side and then just tap softly till they come over here. And so that's what I did teaching Bundy to do that, okay? But you don't start with them over there and call them to you. First, I got him really good with that. And then what you can do is add a pre-cue. And what I like to call a pre-cue is something that's not obviously related to the cue. Okay, so if you think about the thing that gets him over here towards me is me reaching over the other side of him like this and just tapping him very softly on the other side. Okay, that's what moves him over. So I've reached over him and I'm tapping him very softly here like that, and that's what makes him move over. But before I reach over there, or before I tap him, I put the whip over there. Hello, mister. And before I put the whip over there, I pick it up. So if you think about, the whip's got to go from here to over there before I can tap him. So they're all related. Okay, this coming up is a precursor to that, which is a precursor to that. Hop over there, little Chancey. Very good. So, you pick this up first, and here he comes. There we go. So I don't have to do the rest of it. Okay, but it's related. What I like to call a pre-cue, and you could call that a pre-cue, but what I like to call a pre-cue is something that's not related to this at all. And so usually when you put on a pre-cue, you will get them doing the behavior first really well, and then you put your pre-cue before you ask. So you could snap your fingers. You could, in the case of Bundy, say, taxi. So if I was going to teach it to Chance, come here, Chancey. If I was going to teach it to Chance, I'd get up here and I'd say, taxi! And then I would pick this up all the way. There you go. I would say taxi, then I'd pick this up and have him come over there. But there's no use doing that, because initially, if he was way out there and I put that thing over, I rewarded him stepping 1 step towards me. So let's say he's facing me and he moved his hind foot slightly towards me that far, I would reward that. I'd stop right there. What I found with pre-cues, like if you say taxi and he only moves over a little bit, you end up kind of, hello mister, you end up kind of diluting the whole thing. So I like to keep pre-cues till much later on. But anyway, if anybody asked how I got Bundy doing that thing, that's how I did it. And the other thing with Bundy too is, he's done a bit of, oh, no, you can't have my flag. I've done some clicker training with Bundy, and so I taught Bundy to come over like this, but then when I started working on the taxi stuff, when he came over, I would click and treat him, but I would treat him on this side over here, because if you treat him on this side, they'll end up kind of swinging their head around here and swinging their butt over there. So he would come up beside me, I would click and treat him over there, and in the end of that clip, you can almost see, you hear me say good boy, and then there's a slight noise. That's my click. so I don't have to carry a click around. And you see his head raise up and he's about to turn his head to the right. That's what he was going to do, was get the little cookie over there. So anyway, that kind of explains a little bit about how I got Bundy to do that trick that everybody thought was pretty cool. But to me, it's not a trick. Okay, that seems like a trick. But teaching these horses to come up beside me on the mounting block here is part of the starting process and the restarting process. Like, I've had horses that, you know, they're bucking or they're bolting or they're rearing or they're whatever, and guess what? They're half scared of you when you're above them. So there's no wonder they're bucking when someone's sitting on their back and trying to get them to go over jumps or whatever. Does that make sense? So it's this bit here is not, this is not really a trick. This is an integral part of, for me, of the training and retraining process is breaking things down. And like, one of the principles of training is change one thing at a time. And what we tend to do is change a lot of things at a time, whereas we're on the ground 1 minute and the next minute we're above them and we're on their backs. So that's changing two things, whereas this is kind of a halfway point to where you get to where you are, you know, you can kind of tell if they're different when you're up here than are on the ground. Then you're not ready to go any further and start getting on them. So anyway, just thought I'd explain that. Hope that helps. See you guys next time. Taxi. Thank you.